Hey guys, this Diddy Goose back again with another video. We're on episode number 76, a really big number of our series. We're playing the 10-minute game. With the white pieces this time against Loco Moco underscore U. Very cool. And he's from Bahrain, maybe? Oh, Qatar. Qatar and Bahrain have very similar flags, I think, with the same idea, but I think the colors switch. Maybe for Bahrain it's red instead of that color. Anyways, we're going into the Italian game. He decided to go with the two knights. Lots of people play with the fried liver, and go for the knight g5 move, but I don't. I just like playing the classical c3 version where we play like a4, try to trap this bishop, play for queenside. Oh, but he already goes back. Interesting. Okay, I didn't expect him to go back that quickly. Um, yeah, that's a little unexpected. Hmm. Yeah, usually I don't expect something to move like that. I just expect like d6 or d4, and then we play over here. But he moved his bishop back, so I'm guessing a4 isn't really with tempo anymore. So I gotta think of a different move. Developing moves, we have bishop g5, of course, bishop e3, um, bishop e3, and then of course if he takes, then we take back, and he kind of wasted tempo by going backwards. So bishop e3 isn't one idea, but he could just play like something like knight g4. So I don't know about that. I think I'm just gonna go ahead with bishop g5. Should be good enough. And yeah, okay, he goes ahead, plays h6. We're just gonna keep that pin, move the bishop back, no worries. Cool, and he plays d6. There it is. Now he's opening up his own bishop. Um, Here we could play like something like h3 and just stop him from coming here in the first place. If then he may be just going to bishop. Maybe he'll just end up going to e3 or e6. But we can play something like knight d3, I guess. And then of course if he takes here, we'll take it with the knight, and it's pretty cool. So I think that's what I'm going to go for. Play h3 here. And should be all fine. Okay. Rook comes out. Very cool. Why would this rook come out? I'm not exactly sure. It weakens the square a little bit, so I'm thinking of like moves like queen b3, but he just has this bishop move. Of course, if I take, he'll just take with the rook or with the pawn up to him, really. So it doesn't really do too much. Something we could do is play something like a4, and that in case he plays something like knight a5, we could bring our bishop all the way back. So that certainly is an idea. And I think I might do that. Just play a4, and then we might even have b4 coming in, threatening this trap. Okay, there he goes. Oh, with knight a5, I'll just go ahead and move all the way back. No worries. Bishop is doing all good on this square. And his knight's looking a little dumb on this square. In fact, right now what we have coming up is b4, forcing his knight to move, and then a5. Let's see. Does that work here? Does that work here? b5. Let's say he just trades down. Where does this knight go if it doesn't want to get captured? He only has this one square because we're controlling the square with our queen, this square with the pawn. So let's say we play b4, he takes, he goes back. I have a5 and this bishop is trapped. And of course, if he just goes back immediately, we still have the same exact thing. Let's go ahead with b4. I don't know how my opponent's going to deal with it. Looks like he might be losing a little bit of material. If he goes here right now, of course, I'll just take. It's just still a free piece. If he goes here, I can probably just take with like this bishop. Okay, no worries. We're going to go ahead and play a5. And yeah, we've got a bishop trap. This bishop is stuck. Attacking this bishop, we've got pawns controlling everything else. And of course, this f2 pawn is also safe. So, looks like our opponent is already down some material, which is very nice. He goes ahead and takes this pawn. Now, if I take here, and he takes this, I could take here, he takes back. I win this piece. And then all of a sudden I'm like completely winning because I'm up 2 pieces. But if I take here, he takes here, I take here, he goes here. Is he safe? Or do I have d4, he takes, I takes, he can come to this square now. But then maybe we play this move because of this pin. Lots of thought is going into this, as you guys can tell. I think I'm going to go ahead and take here first. If his bishop takes, that would be amazing. He goes ahead over here. No worries at all. Let's see. Yes, I could play this move right now, d4. It's very forcing. He does have to take here. We'll take back over here. And then he could just move his piece here, but that doesn't do too much. Because we could play queen here. Maybe not queen here, but queen here at least. And then we're threatening to play all this stuff. Let's go ahead with d4. Looks good enough to me. Again, bishop is trapped. If he wants to save this bishop, he has to take here. He can save this bishop trade first. That's fine. Move order doesn't matter terribly too much. Cool. Again, bishop is in danger. So where does he go? Only square that I see is b4. I'll go ahead and put my queen onto b3, attacking his bishop. Again, he has nowhere to go. And now can we play this move? Because if we play this move, we're threatening to take this with the pawn and his knight can't move away because of this pin. That's pretty nice. If he takes, I take back, and he can't take this pawn because of our knight. I guess he has, after this move, he has g5. Do we have to just walk down then? I don't really want to. So e5, g5 is played. If we take here, he'll just take over here. Doesn't seem like the best thing. Wait, e5, g5 is played. If I take with the bishop, though, he takes here, I take here, and now I'm threatening to win this thing. This pawn over here. And his knight is in danger from this pawn. Can he defend everything? Let's try this. I'm getting excited. Looking at this again. If he plays this, I play here, threatening this, of course. Okay, he takes here first. I'll go ahead and just take back. Oh, well, I guess if he plays this right now. Okay, so the idea was we take here, he takes back. I take here. But does he have this move? Blocking everything. Maybe it's not the best idea. If I take here, he's just going to take here. But then I can take this pawn. If he takes this pawn, I have check right here. Nah. Maybe we just play safe with this move. Let's just go here. It's fine. I think this should be fine. This is good enough. Okay, knight comes over here. No worries. Something we could do is just play this move, attacking this knight, and we have enough defense. So if he takes, I take. Wait, he takes, I take, queen takes. Not the best idea, actually. Unless we play this move first, attacking his queen, and this is supported by our piece over here. Seems to work. If you... Hmm. This is an interesting position. We are up material, but it's actually still very tough to win. And of course, we've run down a lot of our own time. Go ahead, move over here. No worries. I see that coming. We could play this now. Okay, he takes here. I'll just have to take back. It probably would be really nice to put a knight up here too. Because if I can put a knight here, it seems very sturdy. If he takes, I take with the queen. If you play something like this, though, pin, I guess we have to move the rook. Yeah, this is fine. I think trading down is probably good because we're up material, right? So this works. I'm just scared about like leaving my king too open. But this pawn, this putting the knight over here makes it so he can't really open this up. He can't push this piece and play something like this. So it feels really nice and safe. He went ahead and put his rook over there. Good move for him. I guess I'll have to play something. I guess I'll play this move. We're protecting this knight as well. Everything does seem to be protected, so I like this move. We're not hanging the piece. I'd love to trade my rook as well, but right now this bishop is controlling the square, so we might have to go around like this. It could take some time, but it's probably worth doing. Let's see. Do we play this move? It weakens our dark squares a lot, but stops him from playing over here too. Okay, I'm gonna first break this pin, so my knight is free now to do what he wants. But now if I play this, and he takes, I take back, he takes this knight, and that's probably not the best thing for me. I have check. If he goes here, don't have any more checks, so doesn't exactly work. But he plays this move. If I take, he takes over here. That seems fine. Okay, and then let's put our rook here and try to trade this off. Oh, wait, did we blunder this? We did. That's unfortunate. We are down some material. We are down a little bit of material. We are down quite a bit of material. Let's give him a check. We could give him another check right here. Oh my god, I really messed up there, didn't I? That's embarrassing. Yeah, that is embarrassing. Okay, cool. If we play this, you could just take. That doesn't work exactly. I'd love to take this piece, though. We could give him another check, but doesn't do too much, does it? Check, he'll just go back. If we play this, though, yeah, he takes. Doesn't do much at all. Let's just give him another check, I guess. We'll see how it wraps around. I did mess up, though. Give him another check right here. I messed up really bad. We were completely winning. We were completely winning. I had to go and mess it up, though. I messed up really bad. Maybe put this knight over here. Could be something. Can't believe I messed up so badly. We saw the tactic from the other side, but he moved his queen here. He was able to get it, do the same tactic, but just from a different angle, and we missed it. Time pressure got to us. We were crushing as well. Give him this check. You give him this check, he goes here, check. Check. He goes here. That doesn't work. So check. Check here, check here. Don't exactly see how it works, but we're trying something. Maybe we could get here. And then if we could get here, then it's checkmate for sure. He could play this bishop here. But we've got 29 seconds. Let's see how my opponent deals. Oh, wait, he has his free pawn? Okay, doesn't see it. Can't play this move. Take this. I messed up really badly with this one. Um, give him another check, I guess. I don't know. I just want to get him checked up, but it's tough giving him checks when everything just seems to be hanging for me. It's just not looking good. Coming around here, maybe? If he takes this pawn, I have check. He goes down here. I win his queen at least. And then we proceed. Wait. He blundered mate in two. That's that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. We for sure threw that game around somewhere. So let's go ahead to the analysis. This is a really strong player as well. He is rated 2068 right now. So it happens. He was also, I guess, under some time pressure. That's really unfortunate. But then we started coming back with just a counterplay, giving him a lot of checks. So it worked out. Let's go ahead and run through this game, the Italian game. We play quite a bit of book. He plays bishop b6 and apparently bishop g5 is excellent. The way we played it is fine. h3 is a bit of a mistake though. Rook e8 is a miss. What was the best move for him? Okay. King h8. So I'm not a grandmaster, but I see that it does two things. Moving the king here. First of all, it breaks this pin. So now this pawn is not pinned anymore. Second, it makes space on g8, maybe for the rook. So maybe there's ideas of just start pushing over here. And h3 actually can be a bit of a problem because if a pawn can reach all the way to g4, lines are going to open up. Lines are going to open up on my king. He's also opening up lines on his king, so it's a lot riskier. But I guess the engine sees for some reason how that's better for him. Probably because my bishop's already here, so he's going to be playing this with like tempo. All of these three moves. So let's say if I play just this move, maybe g5 is the best move. G5 is the best move. He goes down here. Knight h5 is the best move. And after that, maybe moves like f5 are coming in. Yep, actually f5 right here is the second move in a lot of these lines, like king h1 or king h2. f5 is coming in, and all of a sudden, our opponent has a lot of attacking potential. So that's very interesting. Did not think about this. But it's fine. He didn't find it either. We played a4. He plays this move. We go back, and bishop e6 is a big mistake. Before we found, he does this, we do this, this. Queen b3 is best. We play e5. He takes, I take, he does this. Apparently, the best move was just to take his knight. But he does this. I bring this queen and rook in, which is all fine. This is all good enough. I'm happy with this. Knight c4 is fine. We do this. I bring the queen over here. Which is queen on e6. We play this move. Apparently, the best move was rook c2, and I guess that does free up our queen a little bit. So I'm not sure exactly where this queen is trying to go. Maybe here and attacking this pawn, or just maybe here, going here and just trying to trade off the queens. Maybe that's another thing. But we played this move. We do this, takes, and then we play rook d1, which is a huge blunder. A huge blunder. It's because if he just takes the rook, our queen had two, I guess, jobs. It was defending this knight, it was defending this rook. Now it can only do one. So I defend the rook, I lose the knight. We had a really big advantage. Best move here was knight d6. And why is that? Well, it's because this knight is blocking the opponent rook. It's on the 6th rank. Every single square it attacks is pretty important. All 8 squares. It's an octopus. It's also blocking the rook, so it's doing so many jobs at once. It's amazing. It's really strong. Yeah, and there's no pawns right next to the knight, so black doesn't actually have a way to just kick away that knight either. That knight's gonna be there for a while. If you play something like this, I mean, that's fine. It's gonna still stay there. If he takes, I'll just take with the queen. It's still fine. If he ever tries to open up this bishop, that's fine. I'll just take this pawn. So lots of it's just a really strong knight, and it's a simple move to find as well. It's just completely devastating the opponent's position. But I played this move. We trade off and we do this. Now the game looks a lot tougher because he does have like a passed pawn. Our pawn structure is really messy. We have 3 pawn islands, no connected pawns at all. Yeah, it's pretty weak. But the one thing that we do have is that his king is also pretty exposed. Both of our pieces are already near the king. His bishop is still kind of disconnected. So maybe we can try to find something. He plays this move, which is a big blunder because we do have this check. If he just goes to h7, we have no way to check him. We could try to check him through this like diagonal, but he can also just cover that with something like this. Also, if we give him a lot of time, he's going to start his own checks and things like that. But he played this move, we give him another check, give him a check here. Apparently, the best move was knight g5, which is really interesting. Because, of course, if he takes, now we have queen f5. If he goes here, I'm just going to give him a check. If he goes here, I'll give him another check. Now he can just repeat the moves and we'll have a draw. Or he can try something different. But if he does this move, we're just going to keep checking him over here instead. He loses this pawn. If he goes instead down there to here, I'll just take this pawn and start checking him on this thing. On this like diagonal, sort of. Did I do something? I think I misclicked something. Wait. I think it's just this. Okay, this is all fine. Yeah. We're just gonna do a perpetual on like this diagonal, I guess. If he goes, what was the other move? Yeah, if he goes down here, we can again give the same thing, and of course if he goes here, same thing, same diagonal. But we missed that perpetual. I was hoping that there's something there, but I just gave him another check, and we started giving checks over here. We could have just taken a pawn, which I missed. I was just kind of in lots of time pressure, and I was like, okay, we need to find a mating idea immediately. So I brought this queen back. He does this. I play this move, but now all of a sudden now his bishop is also freed, which is why the evaluation starts slowly drifting towards my opponent's side. Play this move, pawn push, but we're gonna give him more checks. He finds this move, I give him this check. He goes there. I give him another check with the knight this time. It's like, okay, this knight is pretty strong, but it's not blocking a rook this time, and honestly, it's not controlling like as many important squares because after he goes here, and if we just play something like this, his bishop controls this square, queen controls this square and this square. Once he moves this king away, this queen's also controlling this square. Pawn is also protected by the queen, so he has a really easy way to defend everything. I go ahead and just take a pawn because that's all that I can really do. And he doesn't actually have too many checks. But when he plays king b5, I'm not exactly sure why he played this move because his king was actually on c6 completely safe from all angles. We'd have to like reroute our queen like quite a bit before we can start checking him again. But black has quite a few resources. But he lets us get here, and now all of a sudden, his king again is on the side of the board. We played this move, and now it's drawn because it's basically drawn because apparently he has queen d7, which protects both this and I guess this like area. But we're threatening check here, um, and of course he's gonna start struggling there. We're of course attacking this thing too. If he takes this pawn, I'll just go ahead and give him this check. He's forced here, and we'll just win his queen with a fork. Easy as that. But my opponent plays bishop here, which is a huge blunder. I think it might be the only move that actually blunders mate in two. Because after this, there's no bishop here anymore to stop our queen from getting here. And now it's just mate. Yeah, so that was a very interesting game. And I can only imagine that that was probably because of time control or time pressure. I don't know. He was also at like just 2 minutes. So it was getting tough for him too. And unluckily for him, he blundered a mate in two. But luckily for us, he blundered a mate in two. So we had an advantage in the beginning, a really strong advantage, but we actually let that go because of probably time pressure. Blundered a whole piece because of just a missing tactic. But we got back with a lot of checks, and he made some mistakes. I think that should be it for this video. This was the Italian game. Again, I don't really know how to pronounce it, but the Giuoco piano, something like that. Very fun mainline, more positional, but he made a big mistake in the beginning, which resulted in a very tactical position. Other than that, yeah, I think that should be it. So I'll go ahead and end this recording, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.